suck. That's coming soon. Suck my dick. Look on my chain, calling it deep. One of the keys, like the cow sauce. Put in the Amazon. Shit like 6'5". Take like rewind, now rewind. Ooh, baby be mine. Ooh, baby be mine. Got a pack, came from the chill. Just got up with a pack, got out of pack, came from the chill. Just got up like a pill, got out of pack, came outside jail. Just got up like a pill, out of pack, jail, spill, this. Got a pack, came from the chill. Just got outside like a pill, and I pack, came from the chill. Just got up like a pill, and I niggas think it's new, it ain't new. Old files just turned 2, yeah, flu, yeah. Still sound like it's coming soon, yeah. Still sound like it's coming soon, tell the truth. Boy, toy, suck me like a Uber. Boy, toy, ride me like a Uber. Smiley face, factory case, ain't busted down, yeah, I left it. I forgave the violations, ain't seen them around yet. Tested, baby pool, sit behind the pool, I'm telling the truth, bro. Remind me of Trey, brushing his wave, shit look like ramen noodles. Fuck, this shit sound like it's coming soon, bro. And this still sound like it's coming soon. New files sitting on my drive, nothing moved, yeah. New files, and I can't get down, what you do, yeah. New files, really can't get down to the pool, yeah. New bliss sitting on assist on my wrist, yeah. New bitch riding on my dick like a kid, yeah. All in a maze and I pay for the studio rate instead of the rent, yeah. Now I can hang in this bitch every day with some inspiration and hit. Look like I'm dressed for a hike, but I really look like I'm in Paris and shit, yeah. Look like I'm dressed for a camp, cause I'm pitching a bag, I'm pitching a tent, yeah. This ain't no fucking hopes and dreams, prophecy. Party sleeve, papers in the coffee bean. Roman numerals, niggas wanna buy me leads exposed. Double D's exposed, throw some beats. Fucking these hoes leave, now my fucking flow slow, swimmy slow, yes. UPTSXCC, you see my bag is swollen, Ramon, I can't even fold it. I drop you a pen like I'm bowling, you moaning, so not even blowing. Memphis and Dennis is blending, we spend all that time alone, watching the clouds. Got a pack, came from the chill, just got up with a pack. I got a pack, came from the chill, just got up with a pack. I got a pack, or a pack, yeah, just got up with a pack. I got a pack, or a chill, just got up with a pill. Just got up with a pack, got a pack, came up with chill, just came up with a chill. I got a pack, came up with pack, chill, just got up with a chill. I got a pack, or a chill, just got up with a chill. Independent jug selling records out the trunk. I'm already rich as fuck, so the products in the front. Got my partner in the front. Been my BF for a month, but we been fucking from the jump.
Crucify me, crucify Piece together my brain soon as this beat rewind. Nitrogen and propane, I spike your drinking time. I mean it hard to swallow this game, you throw up every line. I notice people got Napoleon complexes, that's my confession. You said that we're equal, but I know you're beyond gas and that I'm beyond desperate. 6 a.m. on a Friday morning, my darkest hours. Them heartless hours. My apartment is lost in a coffin. I'm dead to the world like I popped me a couple downers. Down and out on my look, salt water hard on my tux. And
then that bitch wanna play it off. Fucking, I'm pretty still. Independent snakes with serpent shakes and brand new skills. I need a new face. I'm tired of these riddles. Ain't familiar. Full of rockets.
Call she don't pick up, then I fall when summer's ending. I mean, it's no pretending. I'm stuck in my ways and you're offended. That's life. That's you. That's me. That vice. You're wrong. I'm right. That's right. I belong somewhere on ice. I'm colder. My new blood type. Even colder. Cold shoulder. Born silly. You know cold shoulders. I have nothing to lose. My dark side been well in tuned. A Gemini go show them faces. And this here just one of my moves. Babylon.
Was it worth it? Would you do it again? Aren't you tired of always making amends? Or I know you hate me now. I bet you hate me now. Bring on the thorny ground. Crucify me. Crucify. Crucify me. Crucify. Crucify. Crucify me. Crucify.
I'm feeling down, you know I'm feeling low. I'd get so high, that's just the way it goes. They don't tell you when you're young how much it sucks to be numb. I'm feeling fine, you know I'm feeling good. I got ya, brought him back to my hood. They don't tell you when you're done how fun it is to get lost. Never forget your place. Try to look up cause the answers are in your face. Never forget to pray. I pray to my God and my mom cause they're both the same. I pray for my homies. I pray for the girls I feel lonely. I pray for you, for me, for everything that's ever come my way. You know at night I pray. You know at night I pray for you. You know I pray for you. You know I pray for you. I'm feeling blue, you know I'm in that mood. Oh, then my 40 on the avenue. They don't tell you when you're young how much it sucks to be numb. I'm feeling big, you know I'm feeling strong. I got ya. He knows all my songs. They don't tell you when you're done how fun it is to get lost. Never forget your place. Try to look up cause the answers are in your face. Never forget to pray. I pray to my God and my mom cause they're both the same. I pray for my homies. I pray for the girls I feel lonely. I pray for you, for me, for everything that's ever come my way. You know at night I pray. You know at night I pray for you. You know I pray for you. You know I pray for you. somebody before the world ends. Grab the first human being you see. Tell them you love them. Get lost in somebody before the shit ends. Grab the first human being you see. Tell them you love them.
Don't take it personally, I'm surprised you call me after the things I said. Skirt, skirt, all niggas. Skirt up, all niggas. Skirt down, you acting like me. Acting like we wasn't more than a summer fling. I said farewell, you took it well. Promise I won't cry over spilled milk. Give me a paper towel. Give me another volume. Give me another hour or two. Hour with you. Why you bother me when you know you don't want me? Why you bother me when you know you got a woman? Why you hit me when you know better? Know you know better. Know your crew better than you do. Call me looking for you. I'll be looking for you. Got me looking forward to weekends. Sure, baby. Sure, baby. Sure, baby. Sure. We do whatever we want. Go wherever we want. Love however we want. It don't matter. You do whatever I want. Give whatever I want. Give whatever I need. It's about love, 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 love. Long as we got love, love, love. Long as we got you. Never gave you my number. I did it with you. Should never let you hit it. I split it with you. I regret it. You got a fetish. You got a problem. Now it's a problem. Oh no. Skirt, skirt on beaches. I don't know these beaches. Dig dirt on beaches. Do it for fun. Don't take it personal, baby. Love on my ladies. Love to my ladies. Dated a few.
Why you bother me? Why you bother me? Why you bother me? Last time I checked, you were the one that left me in a wreck, me in a mess. You all I rep, like my side I rep. That's that Mo City, that side that you can't go around at night. You like to give me eye, do no one know I'm beside you. You like when I make fire, you say the flame can make him fire. Let me come inside you, let me plant that seed inside you. Acid tits, only thing that's the whip, baby. Only thing that was real, only thing I could feel, you feel me. So why you bother me? Why you bother me? Tryna catch a POV.
Love, 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 love. Long as we got love, love, love. Long as we got. you put it down. All up in your city looking for you, searching for you like only thing keeping me from dropping you right now. Love, only thing keeping me by your side. Only thing keeping me by your side now.
But Sister Lana, if you don't say something, speak up for yourself, they think you stupid. You know what I'm saying?
No sleeper seats, that's a mattress. No sleeper seats, that's a mattress. You ain't stingy, split your tablets with me. You don't flinch when camera flashing. Not fake laid back, no, it's natural. And I think you made for the life I lead. I'm not fake patient, I don't fake sick. That kind of coughing don't need lean. Rest in peace, got this lust for life and horny for the game. First they kiss, then they bite soft. Then that bitch wanna play it off. Fucking, I'm pretty still in the pit of snakes with serpent shakes and brand new skills. I need a new face, I'm tired of these riddles. Act familiar, take all the rocket, turn it to pop. They think of the Elvis, and he ungrateful. They don't say thank you, they don't say grace. I eat for meals, I eat for millions. Fucking, I'm pretty still. Look at my deal, Richard Mill. Look at my ears, flooded with diamonds. Look at my skills, running through blocks like 49ers. 49 diamonds, stuff in my bracelet. That costs a while, but and it ain't new. I had a knot at John Eric in my locker. Pretty still, it ain't no pretty pill. It's either real or real easy on the eyes green like a soccer field. Skin hot when they tried me like a popper's field. Hand shaking off the nothing level sky. Rocket field, rocket. Quit being violent with me. Yeah, why? Quit being violent with me. Quit being violent with me. You make me violent.
Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to Tate Modern. My name's Richard Martin. I'm a curator in the public programme team here at Tate, and it's my real pleasure to welcome you all to East London Cable's TV Dinner, episode 3. Tonight's event has been very generously supported by the Terra Foundation for American Art. It's part of a series here offering new perspectives on American art and artists, and it's part of our programme for the Nam June Paik retrospective, which runs here until February. We have a really fantastic show here for you this evening, and I want to encourage all of you to bring your best audience selves to the works that you see, to show your appreciation and your support in whatever way you feel is most fitting. And this is particularly important because tonight's event is being recorded, and it's being live streamed, and it's being photographed as well. Let me know if you have any concerns about that. Otherwise, have an amazing evening, and please join me in showing your appreciation for East London Cable.
Like our Union flag, Britain contains different narratives held together with tension. That is Britishness, that is Britain. A place fizzing with contradiction and confusion, multiple stories and narratives. The Tate Modern, the UK's most powerful art institution, was built with the ambition to support and present these investigations, and today platforms to the most vital audiences. It's a place for passionate supporters and visitors who want to see the art world questioning and transforming itself. But can you do radical work while carrying the flag of a well-known institution? And can the institution remain neutral while art upholds or disrupts the status quo?
Good evening.
Today, everyone is able to present their own experience of the world, their own soundtrack of the world. Can we have someone telling us what is good art when all we have is our own version of what that might be? With an authorial view on contemporary art, I'll guide you through. Let's go into the Tate to see pictures, but please don't ask me to explain them. I just don't think it's possible. It's like asking painter Dorothea Tanning to describe her work. She can only say it's a drive.
Bitelli, and I have to say the whole truth, like, I couldn't give two. I happily put my head up and just like carry on walking, especially in the kind of settings now. because people kind of assume that you have to be a lapdog, right? Which is dangerous terrain. Not really made that way at all. But what I care about is what I'm passionate about, right? And I spend fucking hours doing this thing that I'm really passionate about. The thing that pisses me off is that people won't have that care, and they don't have to have the care. But if I'm like really intensely guarding something, I think it's more secure.
Goes up on a vertical and you're looking at it in front of you. There's a lineage, no matter how good or bad, whatever that even means, those marks are. There's a lineage. Get it, like in the gallery it's like, oh, this is great, but like when it's not in that space, it becomes
I don't fucking know, Playboy. I don't know.
Good evening.
Zoom took me to a spot and said, careful, you're gonna get better. And then you'll get worse, and then you get better again. Which I thought she said. To have me ignore where my anger comes from. So I can keep on healing while keeping on protecting. My abandoner. Because why should I heal alone?
In the second of our election blind date series, a restructuring plan is introduced, written by the Conservatives and Channel 4 over last night's Leaders' Climate Debate. You're watching Afternoon Live. More than 140 children's charities and drag performer Courtney Axe at the energy giant Empower. Charities say 3/4 of Empower's workforce edges closer to an Arsenal exit. But Empower says to benefit from the lucrative, after 78 games in charge, is what living with cancer is really like. I'll be looking at how successful it's been and what you can do to be a part of it. Turmoil at Arsenal, Gavin. It's Friday. 4,500 jobs to go. A manuscript written by Elizabeth I is discovered. And between Channel 4, the Conservatives in the Europa League, and Scotland Yard, up to 4,500 jobs are at risk. The unions have described it as a cruel blow. In over 25 years, see you later. The benefits of Brexit, there are just a few hours left. Claims of a paedophile ring, frozen out. The former South Yorkshire police chief is cleared of manslaughter for the next few days, promising it'll be easier. Look forward to that, Gavin, praising the monarchy. Also this lunchtime, tonight, we'll be analysing the reasons for the job cuts on Monday, leaving millions of children scarred for life. The next UN climate conference sets out what he says are the benefits of Brexit. A 42-page manuscript and Charlie State. Hillsborough victims pay former MP. And Arsenal sacks its manager, Elizabeth I. Tonight. And a cold but bright agree on anything beyond their shared love of sequins and big jewellery. Tonight, members of the public stepped in and wrestled. Tens of thousands pulling him to the ground. The Magna Carta charged with complicity. Country is in turmoil. Tonight, the suspect was wearing the Prime Minister. He had the disease since 2011. He has died at the scene. He has declined to take part. Tonight. Early release. Hot but bright. There is no further danger to the public. Tonight. Walk out of class. Look forward to that, Gavin. Walk out of school. Across the world.
We'll hear from the family.
Gavin has the details.
$500,000 compensation.
The number is increasing dramatically.
Thousands of students.
Across the world.
Tonight.
Hello, David Duckingfield. I'm Rebecca Jones.
Tonight.
I'm Joanna Goslin.
Tonight.
I'm Elizabeth I with Nagaman Chetty.
Tonight.
One of these women with messy handwriting.
Tonight.
I'll be bringing you all the latest this morning.
Whoa.
The Turbine Hall is a visually exciting and inspiring space. It makes for a lavish display and has an air of permanence. It invites habitation like a restaurant, drawing us in like hungry diners, and is as perfect for sculpture as pastry is in the hands of a Viennese baker.
Good evening.
Often considered inaccessible like a secret recipe book filled with carefully hoarded formulas and steeped in tradition and snobbery, art was as daunting as the mechanics of making a pie crust. Now it's open, appetite-driven, and as popular to Britons as their addiction to baking. Perhaps it's a reflection of the times, as we are assailed on all sides by forces trying to twist our palates and make us mistrust our own senses. Maybe there's never been a better time to return to the sanity of art, to dislodge the ingested, the heavy and the caustic. With our passion for flavour equaling our love affair with art, perhaps we can stir up a palatable broth and heat it with zest.
First, you're a bit nice. Like, we wrote lots of kind letters saying, please produce this and would you meet us? It once took 6 months for the council to give us an answer.
6 months!
We could have been a bit more demanding.
I stood up in the park and I said, you have got to go to council meetings. You have got to be seen there. Because the council knew that this was happening.
They knew.
And didn't bother. If all these people who say they'll help us now had come to our aid when we asked them, we could possibly have halted this from the very beginning.
You shouldn't just call around the local papers. It's the national press you've got to get to.
Yeah. They quote facts and figures. So many people living here, but I don't know where they get the numbers from.
There's no argument for getting rid of this hospital on health grounds or anything else. It's purely money.
If they want to save money, how can they justify the closure? Look at all the money they spent on the new operating theatres. Like 7 or 8 years ago, this hospital had everything.
They don't close things in one big lump. The conversions happen gradual, but you were always told that something better was going to be put in their place.
The leaders of the two main unions have virtually abandoned us. We think that in return for favours elsewhere, they've agreed to keep quiet about our problem.
The kitchens here were a showplace. People came from different hospitals all over England to see them because they were a new design for their National Health Service.
The conversion to an elderly-only hospital is just covering up what is actually happening. Closure.
The population is getting older, but this doesn't justify the conversions. Things change in 10 years.
We want our elders to have the dignity of being in a general hospital, not just to stick them in somewhere without the facilities they've got just as much right to as anybody else.
Exactly. But I find if you've got our elders with young people, the young people sort of tend to take them under their wing. But it's bad to separate people of different ages. They make it fall apart.
I hate it.
And nobody's asked the elders if they really want it.
Exactly.
They don't.
They support us.
Of course. The Hackney Pensioners were the first on the scene with a letter of protest.
And for most elderly people around here, this is their hospital, and without it, they can't go anywhere for help.
Exactly.
Nowhere.
But guys, listen, we hired a coach for Pensioners Club.
We did that.
We did it. To come and protest. And guess what? They were singing. They were terrific. And they were dancing. And they all had banners. Someone lifted one lady up even. Yeah, they lifted the lady up. And she was banging on the windows, and she was coming down saying, "Come out here, you miserable old git." And when the planners' cars drew up for the meeting, another lady was waving a stick in the air and saying, "If I was younger, I'd give you one for it." There were quite a few policemen up there as usual, and one of them even said, "If your people were doing what these old women are doing, you better be arrested."
Up until I got involved with this, apart from going to work, that was it. I spent all evening indoors. I didn't belong to any clubs or evening classes. I come out 2 or 3 nights a week now, which I didn't do this time last year. When you come somewhere like this, you become a person. You're you.
Family. When we went up to Westminster, we were all militant. I would have thought, oh, David Reynolds is a minister. You can't really go up and see him. But it's your right to go up there. Before the campaign, I would never have dreamed of it.
Personally, I think it'd be better if we could get an all-London stoppage over all the cuts in the other hospitals. It's time we stop fighting our own little battles and join together and make the biggest stink anybody's ever heard.
Well, I'm voting Labour on Thursday. It's better for all of us.
Definitely. Even here, I joined another campaign.
I'd definitely join something else afterwards. It's been very, very, very good for me.
I would like to see this restored as a general hospital. I would like to see operational theatre reopen. I would like to see casualty reopen. And we should be running it ourselves.
Yeah, we should.
Definitely.
Hang on though, we are in a stronger position now as ancillary workers in the London and Milan promise to work, to rule if management moves in.
And recently, we blocked the main road outside the hospital for 20 minutes to show our determination, for real. We run this hospital better ourselves, and I think it should stay that way. I don't know, others do too.
Definitely.
Good evening.
Good morning. Last year, I was on a twin-engine plane coming from Milwaukee to New York City. And just over LaGuardia, one of the engines conked out, and we started to drop straight down, flipping over and over. Then the other engine died, and we went completely out of control. New York City started to get taller and taller. A voice came over the intercom and said,
Pilot has informed us we are about to attempt a crash landing. Please extinguish all cigarettes, place your tray tables in their upright, locked position. Your captain says, please do not panic. Your captain says, place your head in your hands. Your captain says, put your hands on your knees. Captain says, put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your knees. This is your captain. Have you lost your door?
We are going down. We are all going down.
Together. As it turned out, we were caught in a downdraft and rammed into a bank. It was, in short,
a miracle.
But afterwards, I was terrified of getting onto planes, and I'd always have to find one of the other passengers to talk to. You can spot these people immediately. There's one on every flight. Someone who's really on your wavelength. I was on a flight from LA when I spotted one of them sitting across the aisle. A girl, about 15, and she had this stuffed rabbit set up on her tray table, and she kept arranging and rearranging the rabbits and kind of waving to it.
Hi there.
And I thought, this is the one I want to sit next to. So I sat down and we started to talk, and suddenly I realized she was speaking an entirely different language.
Computeries, a kind of a high-tech lingo. Everything was circuitry, electronics, switching.
We talked mostly about her boyfriend, and this guy was never in a bad mood. He was in a bad
Mody kind of guy, you know?
The romance was apparently kind of rocky, and she kept saying,
Man, oh man, you know, like, oh man, it's so digital.
And she just meant the relationship was on again.
Off again.
Always
two things. Switching. Current runs through bodies.
And then it doesn't. It was a
language of sounds, of noise, of switching, of signals.
It was the language of
the rabbit, the caribou, the penguin, the beaver.
The language of the past.
Current runs through bodies.
And then it doesn't.
On again.
Off again.
Always two things switching.
One thing instantly
replacing another.
It was the language of the future. Put your
knees
up to your chin.
To your chin.
Have you lost
your
dog?
Your dog.
Put your hands over your eyes. Jump out of the plane. There is no pilot.
You are not alone.
This is the language of the on-again,
off-again, future. And it is digital.
Art has different ways of engaging with the public. And when I talk about the public, it could be the sea, the mountain, could be a people, or could be a tree. What's great about being an artist is that, unlike tennis players or ballet dancers, they don't have to stop, and that's terrific. But who cares if we make art? What is making? Is seeing making? Is being making? Not seeing is making. Making is making only if someone is seeing. Everyone is listening and seeing and making and being.
For man is immature, something suffocated it when I was a child, and I want all men I love to be children. I put my hand in the front pocket of your cut of jeans, looking for your cock, but finding a few euro notes. Touching money makes me think abstractly. And suffocates the love. I love you when I don't know my name. You love me when I take us out to see these Harun Farouki films about hands.
years ago, in this, the Tate Modern shop, I bought a poster of a portrait that Picasso painted of his lover and muse, Dora Maar. Today I hold a different poster that celebrates Maar with the most comprehensive retrospective ever held. It presents Maar not just as a damaged muse, but as an artist in her own right.
Good evening.
Carry on. Okay. Yes. Hey. Your feet. And 5. Morning. All around.
Private life drama, baby, leave me out. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. Je ne marre of your theatrics, your acting's a drag. It's okay on TV, but you can turn it off. Your broadcast is a tragedy, but it's not my concern. I am very superficial. I hate everything official. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. 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 Your diversity gestures only bore me to death. You've made a desperate appeal. Now, save your breath. Attachment to obligation, that's so wet. And your sex life complications are not my fascination. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. 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 You ask my advice, I say, relinquish the means of production. But you're still clinging to an institution you deplore. And now you want to use me for emotional blackmail. I just feel pity when you lie, contempt when you cry. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out.
what's the point of waffling about painting? Under the modern pulse of time, it's not hard to imagine oneself as a pink slab of ham, simmering in a non-stop pressure cooker. Is it time to hunker down and hope for the best? Or can we find ways out of this fatalist paralysis and instead enact solutions to these troubled times? The world is changing, and it's our job to change it for the better in whatever field we're in. But how do we get there? A primary role of art is to reach people, touch people, and gift with an optimism that we all need at this time. Art is at the forefront of resistance because, like us all, it has to think politically about how to live, to work, to survive. Is art there to make us feel better about being British? It can, and that's a very powerful thing. The Tate Modern offers insights into what it is to live at this time and place, with this opportunity, this ability. It's a place framed around your questions, your ideas and your concerns. It allows the wider world to enjoy the full spectrum of excellent work being made. But is it too big, too broad-shouldered and too powerful to empower? Can it listen other than speak? Can it uphold or disrupt the status quo whilst remaining neutral? Through a mixture of observation and instinct, we must navigate these many different troubles because, like making a painting, only one thing counts: what you do next.